Hello everybody, it's Sunday. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing at least a little bit okay. I'm doing all right. Weather's starting to clear up. Sun just started coming out a couple minutes ago. So I hope everybody's doing fine, especially after the morning after the night before. Has a whole new meaning these days, however. Tim Kaine, a senator from Virginia, said, yeah, but sure, Obama wanted to bomb Iran. Well, I just found out today that this has been planned for at least a week, since about the 15th of June. So, wasn't a surprise to everybody. Mostly Democrats woke and just said, excuse me, what the hell? But anyway, cheers, dears. 99 loves ya. We're going to talk about some things that led up to this. But if you're new to this channel, welcome. We get our facts out. We do our due diligence as much as we can. And when I'm wrong, people are really only too happy to step up and tell me. And that's not a bad thing. So, newcomers, welcome. Hangers on, you know how I feel about you. We are in sync. In sync, us. We are. We got it. Okay, so let's get into this. I just watched an interview with Jim Hines. He's a Democrat. He's the ranking member on the Intelligence Committee. And he found out about that bombing in a foreign country, being Iran, on Twitter. Ranking member of the Intelligence Committee found out on Twitter. So when I said the Democrats were left out of the loop, that's an understatement. Senator Bernie Sanders was at a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on his Fighting Oligarchy tour, when one of his aides rushed on stage, gave a note to him at the podium. Bernie read it and just shook his head in total disgust. And he informed the crowd that Iran was just struck by American pilots and they hit 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Ro Khanna, Democrat from California, and Thomas Massie, Republican from Kentucky, were planning this week to introduce measures that would force Trump to get congressional approval before he did anything to Iran and before he entered into a conflict with Israel. Guess that's a moot point now, right? So here's what I mean they knew about this. 3 days ago, it was noticed that Trump grew frustrated with talks with Iran and started shifting military assets in recent days in the Middle East. Israel needed a 30-pound bomb of assistance to make Bibi's dream come true, and the only aircraft capable of doing this 30,000-pound favor and Bibi's dirty work just happens to be his asshat partner in crime, Donald John Trump. His Air Force is the only one capable of carrying a bomb like that. So 2 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers are the only ones that can carry a 30,000-pound bomb. 35,000 at that point, it doesn't much matter. It's a GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, or also known as a bunker buster. Trump just days before said that he wasn't looking for a fight, but if it's a choice between fighting and having a nuclear weapon, you have to do what you have to do. Well, you have nuclear weapons, Donald Trump. Putin has nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un has nuclear weapons, and I'm pretty sure China does too. So it's okay for all of them to have them, and Kim Jong-un firing rockets off left, right, and center as tests. The only reason Iran is even close to having a nuclear weapon is because that maniac, the Moose Knuckle, that just bombed 3 nuclear sites in Iran, rescinded the Iranian deal that Obama got put in place. He rescinded it because he knew better, right? This, in my opinion, is on Trump. If Iran had bombed a couple of U.S. sites over there, I don't care who the president is. You go get them bastards. Iran did nothing this time. They have been thick as thieves, Netanyahu and Trump. And just like Putin, Bibi found someone who was really that stupid and that gullible and highly susceptible to suggestion to go and do his dirty work. MAGA is exactly that way. They see one little tweet online and they have to share it in some of these friggin' rabbit hole groups that they belong to. And next thing you know, that becomes fact and Fox News is broadcasting it to millions of people. Something that never bothered them ever before is now the biggest boogeyman this side of Texas, and they don't care who they hurt to get at it, even though it has nothing to do with them. And I'm talking about LGBTQ folks. Yes, I am. And I'm talking about immigrants. All of a sudden, they're the boogeyman, so they have to go, when they haven't even met a gay person or a trans person ever in their lives. But I digress. So after dropping bombs on 3 locations on a country you have had disagreements, and have kept at arm's length and watched closely, are talking about retaliation now. He started that fire. Donald Trump started this fire. And that fire is going to be under the asses of every American soldier in the Middle East. They have sleeper cells, those Iranians, all over the world, just waiting for word to do their worst to American assets. Iran could appear to go quiet for a week, 2, a month, 6 months. Then all holy hell will break loose. I think by listening to Bibi, the Mango Moose Knuckle has opened Pandora's box wide friggin' open. And if Iran had bombed Assad Air Base in Iraq or Qatar's base, and speaking of Qatar, well, let's go back and finish that sentence. If Iran had bombed the Assad Air Force Base in Iraq or the Qatari Air Force Base, there would be reason to have bombers go over there and do some damage. But that's not the case. And speaking of Qatar, according to France 24 News, buckle up. Hope you got coffee. June 19th, 2025 at 23:25, that's 11:25 p.m., only 3 aircraft were visible on a military Air Force base in Qatar. 3. Dozens of U.S. military aircraft were no longer visible on the tarmac at the Al Udeid Air Force Base. Nearly 40 military aircraft, including transport aircraft, planes like Hercules 130s and reconnaissance aircrafts like AWACS birds and stuff like that, were last seen on June the 5th. According to images by Public Labs PBC, satellite pictures. The embassy in Qatar announced Thursday, June 19th, that access to the base would be limited out of an abundance of caution in light of ongoing regional hostilities, and urged personnel to exercise increased vigilance. That was on the 19th. They bombed on the 21st. So from June 15th to 18th, on AFP analysis of open source data tracking, data tracking aircraft positioning showed that at least 27 refueling aircraft, KC-46A Pegasus and KC-135 Stratotankers, traveled from the United States to Europe. As of Wednesday, June 18th, 25 were still in Europe. Only 2 returned to American soil. So when I say the Democrats were out of the loop, That is by far an understatement because Mini Mike, I've got no Johnson knew all about this. Most of the Republican senators knew all about this. So going on a hunch that Iran may have a bomb, I don't think that's a reason to start a war. I really don't. Just like the Mango Moose Knuckle may have shit his pull-up, maybe then you need to change him. Or maybe he needs an operation. I don't know. Maybe that's what that catheter's for. But anyway, Naughty Nana loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. And I think the American soil is safe right now, so don't get too crazy. I think you're going to be all right. I really am. Cooler heads are going to prevail in this, I swear. So please, take care of you. Give someone a hug. Check your fur babies. And I love you all. Love me, like me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care of you, guys. Take care of you. America, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.